Hi everyone, today I want to make a video comparison between Augment Code, the best AI coding tool right now that understands the best code base, and the most famous AI coding tool most known by everybody, which is Cursor. To do that, I will continue to develop further the dating application to fix an issue that I mentioned in the other video. So let's start with Augment Code. We are again in our code base, which is very big as we mentioned. So first thing I want to do with Augment Code is to order the code base such that we want all the test file and the SQL file in different folders and also the MD file. So to do that, what I will do inside, I will use Augment Code and a tool which I mentioned, which was whisper typing. This will allow me to communicate by voice and make everything more efficient. So what I want to do is the following. Please order the folders, especially the files that are the SQL files, the test files, and the MD files in separate folders so that the scaffolding of the applications looks much more in order. Okay, and that's it. I think at the moment, okay, it was fixing something earlier, but what I'll do, I will stop it and refine my query and then go with it. At the same time, I have cursor opened. Probably I will let it work. As you can see, something very good of Augment is that the possibility to view the task status as it is running the process and the AI coding process. Okay, it completed the refinement of the prompt and we just go with it. Okay, we let it go with it and then I will start in Cursor to write a prompt to use later. So this I expect to be changed because scaffolding should reflect what I asked in Augment Code. In Cursor, instead, we will use anyway the agent mode. We will use the same rule file that I have in the other application, which actually I can check quickly. So Augment, as we can see, it has its settings and the context actually is not a lot. I have very small rules which I asked. It's not the best practice, but it was the minimum I wanted to test this application. I want basically cursor to work in the same way. In cursor as well, you can change the rule file here. Okay, at least now they will behave similarly. So we can go now back to our application in agent mode. And what we will ask is the following. Please identify why. Let's see if why. Okay, let's do that. Please identify why in the application when I log in, I cannot see in the setting the option to change the personality test that the user initially did in the dating application. Also check if now is still valid and applied the fact that when the user first register, it is asked to do the personality, hobby, and any test that you see in the code base, because that should be happening when the user first register, or if it skips it, can do it after logging in. But once it is done the first time, this test, it should not be asked or mandatorily to do it again because it's already done it, and instead it should be possible from the setting to change the personality test in case he prefers it. Okay, it is a lot of mumbling here, but I think the AI will understand it. This is something that is good to put for later. Let's go back. We can see that it's taking some time to perform the task. Okay, as you can see now, it has completed all the three tasks. And if I go back to the website, to the setting. Now we can see the characteristic of the personality that we took from the test just shown here, and also the possibility to retake the test, which by the way, it gives me a 404 page, which means, okay, it completed the tasks. As you can see, we have the 3 tasks done. We have some changes that I already checked, where we see the personality shown here and the possibility to retake the test. But the issue is that we have a 404 page shown and some error message, which I will copy to our Augment code. I will write the following. Let's see, here we go. When when writing in the when clicking to retake the personality test, I get a 404 error message. Plus in the console, I get a 406 error message as shown in the previous message. Please fix and troubleshoot the issue and find me a solution. Okay, for some reason didn't work. Why it didn't work? Try. No, it bugged before, so now we'll try again. Please consider the message before this and troubleshoot why this console log error message display. Plus, please find out why if I click to retake in the setting the personality test, I get a 404 error message. And it didn't write. Okay, with this bugging, I think I will write it down right away. Okay, I finished. I think I will refine this and we'll just continue with the fixing. And then we will move to cursor. Okay, we started. Now it's generating the tasks and we'll just work with it. When it completes, we will move to checking the result and then moving to cursor. Okay, Augment Code has completed the task. Now we can see that all is working because we can see the personality profile. We can retake the test if we wish. And if we are searching for another user, like this one, we can see its personality type, its personality compatibility, basically everything we need to chat, and we should be able to start again the chat, and all it should work without errors, and it does. So great, we done it. Now let's move to cursor. Okay, now what we have left is that in the report issue, when clicked, nothing happens. And we need to basically understand why that happens and to solve it. Basically, to fix the report an issue so that it should work and send probably a report of an email to this email. This email, though, this moment doesn't exist. Let's do this. Let's just delete this report an issue at the moment, and let's ask to improve the UI UX of the application with the current functionalities. Let's try to do that. So let's go to cursor. Let's select agent. Let's use Cloud for Sonnet, and let's try to use this tool. Let's see if this works. Ctrl Shift. Hello. Okay, it's working. Perfect. So let's ask, can you please improve the UI of the entire web application, not changing dramatically, but just adds the bits and things to allow it to improve the freshness of the website in its entirety and remove the report an issue button from the footer. Okay, I'm fine with it. Let's see what it will do. Okay, Anthropic is not available, so probably that will not make a very fair comparison. Let's see. Let's use a model that is comparable. Maybe the Gemini Pro Max. Okay, I don't have a premium version of Cursor. Let's see the O3 neither. Then let's just auto select. Let's see how it performs. Even though not using a good model, this can be a dangerous action to perform. Let's just evaluate the way it works at the moment, because obviously the model used for Augment Code, I believe, was Claude 4, which is anyway solid. Okay, here it created a plan of action that probably now will start to perform. Okay, the report an issue button has been removed. Let's ask to proceed. Yes, proceed. See, now I'm expecting the UI of the application to improve, even though with the lower model, maybe that will not be the case. But we've seen how it is actually reading the correct code in the application automatically and efficiently to solve the issue. A parenthesis to open is that cursor a few months ago would make a lot of mistakes very easily. Now we can see how things are evolving and actually the code is understanding is becoming much better. Okay, as you can see, the results were not good because we used a model probably which was not good and performant, and this is a fundamental for cursor. It's not cursor issue, but an issue related to the model. I actually now inserted DeepSeek R10528, which is a very performant model, which is not the same as Claude 4, but something that can resemble it more. Let's try again. Okay, cannot use it. So we cannot test it with it. We can just auto select the model. We can make a last attempt to improve the UI of the to be professional and resembling a dating app. Let's see if that now gives a more satisfactory response. I cannot test with Claude as Augment, which has a trial of 2 weeks. And so, guys, in conclusion, with Cursor, I could write code with the free version of Cursor, which means that I couldn't use Claude 4 and premium models. What does this mean? That the output it will be mandatorily minor and inferior than the one of Augment Code, which give the trial but gives access to premium model. What I want to say to this is that I don't like in Cursor that the free version don't give you access to premium model. I would find more smart the possibility to give a free trial and instead the possibility to try to use the model. Let me know if you think differently. But by the way, you can use for free with the lower models in a limited way Cursor. The pro of Cursor compared to Augment Code is that it has at the moment way more features, but that's it's also obvious because it has been here for way longer. Um, in Cursor, you can add MCPs, you can add the privacy mode. I'm not sure if that's possible to Augment Code. Let me know if you know differently, but by the way, I'm sure that's something that is gonna be developed soon because it's going development very fast in Augment Code, and I'm liking it more and more and more. The features that allow you to set up some default behavior. Let's see. Yes, you can also add the documentation. It has also the code base indexing, which allow to understand better the code base. It terminal understanding. It also you can follow. You can add the most models available, but for the premium one, you need the pro version. And if you check the previous video, actually it's limited to the usage of the premium model, which means that you might have, if you want to use in a limitless way, you might have to buy the credits for the API key of the model that you would like to wish for longer. The rules files is also present in Augment Code. The MCP, it was not present in Augment Code. Here I inserted the playwright one. Instead, Augment Code also, I would have liked if it was embedded as an extension tool in Visual Studio Code. It is instead a separate ID. So, Augment Code, it is developing faster. What is the proof here? That you have also the task mode, which is, I found it very useful. And another thing is that development is going very fast. You can use the remote agent mode, which is not present actually in the other modality. I didn't use it to be honest, but let me know in the comment if you know what exactly is the difference of using this compared to the agent. It has the chat mode. It has also here the auto mode, which will run the correct model at the correct time based on the prompt that you write, which I like a lot as an idea. In the setting, as you can see, you can add tools, okay, I can see that there are already MCPs because I can see already some added. You can add MCP now. So wrong that you can't use it. Development in Augment Code is picking up very fast. You can use MCP, which is fantastic. Good to know. If I want to add an MCP, you can add with the correct setting, checking the setting to insert here. In other, you can just click in the marketplace and select the one you wish. But I'm sure that's something that's going to be possible to be done here too. The rules file is also here, which I copied from. It's not the best practice. I recommend to use the cursor directories one to get inspiration from the rules file, the context, which get automatically the folder and the information of the indexing for your code base. And that's it. Let me know in the comment what do you think. It was not fair probably to compare a model that has cloud forward with a model that doesn't. Obviously, the result with the model which is not as good will be, but I like a lot the way it works. Augment Code. It is something that it's really worth it to make a subscription. At the moment, I don't think I will make it because I think 50 euros is a bit too much at the moment. Also because for my small channel, I don't get back this amount, and I prefer to go more with the free models. I'm using at the moment TryAI membership, which costs €7 per month, if I'm not mistaken, and it gives a very good amount of calls to pro models. I will basically talk about it probably in a different video. That's it from today. Let me know what do you think about this comparison, even though was not in depth related to the cursor. But what feeling did you have? I hope that this could give you some sense of how both coding IDE works. See you next time.